Here we go again, back with part 3 of our special career mode. Today we're doing the Herald Sun Tour, Australian tour of course. 5 stages from Melbourne to Melbourne. I think the first stage is a small time trial prologue. Then we have a hill stage, another flat stage and a hill stage. We'll do 3 of the stages here ourselves today. And we'll go straight into stage 1 without an interview with our rider. And then we'll talk to him afterwards what he thought about his first ever time trial. We also did Cyclist Cup 3 off camera, which actually ended up winning with going a breakaway. Of course, I did the exact same like I did in episode 1. So if you want to see how I won, it's pretty much the same, apart from all the crashing and puncture. I just straight up won ahead of, I think it was a Colbrelli again. It was pretty much the same peloton as in the first race. But still a very impressive victory. I'm really close to leveling up, so a good result here, or in any of the next couple of stages, will give me enough XP to level up. But for now, let's go into our first time trial as a pro rider. Okay, so it's almost my turn now, nearing the starter ramp. At the moment, 4 riders, 3 riders, 2 riders, 1 rider, and now I'm on the start ramp. Of course, I only know the length. I can see kind of that it goes uphill at the end and downhill after the first time check, and a bit uphill after the first one. 8 kilometers, I'm guessing around 75-80 in average. That's just a complete guess. I think it's around here. Let's see. We'll go with 75 for most of the time trial, and then we'll see what we have left at the end. Maybe I have to go down at the end. Maybe we'll have to go up. Hopefully that'll be the case, and hopefully we'll still have a good time even if that happens. So 5 kilometers to the finish line already. First time check, we are in 13th. That's not bad, honestly, considering the riders up ahead of us are a little bit better. Best rider on the team, I believe, is Piero Blocchi. It's around 72. Of course, it's a prologue, not a time trial, so I actually don't know his prologue stats. 71, so pretty much the same as me. I'm -1 day shape today. Could be worse, but it's not terrible. I'm happy enough with it. So let's see here. I can actually see a rider up ahead of us here, Thomas Koop. We have 14 seconds ahead of him at the first time check. But this is not looking that great, considering we lost energy a little bit too early for my liking. But we go over to the finish line in 30 seconds after. 21st place, a lot better than the rest of our team, but not really that great overall. Kind of diminishes our chance of getting a top 10 overall. I would like to have been a bit further up, especially considering there's so many riders still to pass the finish line. So we'll probably end up in around 50th or 60th place. But let's go out to a rider after just past the finish line and get an interview with him. So the race has just finished. I ended up finishing in 57th place, so I'm honestly a bit disappointed because I think I should have been a little bit closer to the top 30. I started out really well. I think I was in top 20 or so in the first checkpoint, but I just died out towards the end. I still need a little bit more stamina recovery, and yeah, I don't really know what I could have done better. Just should have done maybe a little bit slower out in the beginning, and then I think we're going to have a better start towards the end. Tomorrow's stage, I think we'll go in a breakaway early on, and then stage 3 and 4, we'll probably relax a little bit before maybe fighting for a good overall placement in the final stage of the tour. But yeah, I'm pretty disappointed by the result here. 57th, I think we ended up in total, but could have done a lot better. So we ended up finishing 57th on the first time trial of our pro career. Not the best result. Died out like 500-600 meters before the finish line. Actually looked pretty good at the first time check. Maybe better day shape, maybe just a better strategy overall. We've got a better placement, but we can't be too disappointed about the result. The good thing about finishing poorly is that we are more likely to get in a breakaway here in stage 2, and we only need like 25 kilometers in breakaway, and then we'll get enough XP for actually leveling up, which will get us even better stats for stage 5 and the rest of this stage race. So hopefully we'll get a breakaway here, and hopefully we'll be allowed to. The peloton is really strong. We have guys like Diego Rosa, Azepuma, you can just look at the names here, Posato, Gialongo, Hofland. It's a lot of great riders here. So hopefully they will let us away, since we are pretty much a rookie amongst these riders, and they don't even know us. So let's make a name for ourselves here. Okay, there's been a lot of battle early on in the race here, and I finally managed to get away from the peloton, and it seems like I've actually gone away this time. There's some really a lot of battle to get in the breakaway here. Also because, of course, the first Mountainjersey, if I get it, I could get even more XP. Sadly, we got such a bad start that we will not be able to get the Mountainjersey here, which is honestly really sad for us. Would be a great boost to our XP getting a breakaway here, but will not happen today, sadly enough. I think it's the Coffee. No, it's not the Coffee rider, it's Androni, I believe. Ahead, and we have an Greenest rider, and is that a what's that called? Top Spot Flandern, I think is the team I'm seeing in third there. But we're actually struggling to get up to them here. Now the toughest part of the stage is done. The only climb of the day is done. Hopefully they'll just let us up. We only have 2.5 minutes, and then we can relax a little bit. Okay, we made it up. Thank God. Will they sprint for it even? I don't even know if they will. They will. I don't care too much about it. I know there's bonus things to get, and it might matter in the end. But right now I just need to recover some energy back, because it's been a pretty tough stage so far for me. I've been sitting alone for like 20-30 kilometers out in front here. Hepburn's actually ahead of me in the standings, so surprised that he got away. That's easy and I didn't. But at least we're away now, so we can't complain too much, I think. The race is really tough right now. I can't even sit on the wheel of these riders up here in the front group on flat roads. And with 2 climbs coming up, I'm sure they're going to get dropped at like the first ride in this group here. You're going to see the group behind me, only really Matt Goss is actually holding on with a lot of energy left. Every other rider is struggling a lot here. But this is probably the toughest climb of the day coming up here. Not the toughest climb. The toughest and average gradient here. So we'll just see what we can do here. 65 average. And if they go away from us, let that be it. If not, great. I'm still there. But I think Hepburn and Helven Rapoti should probably hang on, but Hepburn might drop off on this pace, even though it's not going fast at all right now. I'm actually going to slow down a little bit more, just because it's too tough for me, even at this pace right now. Pelton slowed down again. They were really catching up was fast now, but you can see them, they're not really going with much effort now. And both Helven and Hepburn actually drops off here. So now I'm alone with this Italian rider here, Rapoti. Hepburn in his home country, can he make it back up? They're known like 16 seconds behind, so I think they will. A minute more down to the big peloton, which is going slower and slower, but they'll probably catch us on this flat section here. Just get a little final bottle of water now as they make it back up again, Hepburn and Helven. And it's a pretty weird race right now. Honestly, don't really know what's going on. We have 33 seconds. Let's just go at our own pace again for Potti. It's probably the strongest of these riders right now, but none of them are really moving that quickly. It's because the gradient at this point is really hard. And there goes the peloton behind us at Petrov. I don't know if he's attacking or just pulling the peloton back up to us. Hepburn and Helven will probably fall off pretty soon again. They made it back up. Is that Diego also going now? That's the probably my favorite for the race. Let's see, he is behind Dombrowski, the favorite for the race. But Dombrowski didn't really have, actually did worse than Rosa in the time trial, so I don't know why he's the favorite here. I at least would not pick him as the favorite. So there we go. We start at least to climb in good position here. You can see all the favorites going past us now. If we can make it in the top 20-30 here, even after being a breakaway all day, that'll be pretty amazing also for our overall result as well. Maya is the only one close to Diogo Rosa over the top of the climb here. Now we have a long downhill to battle on. 148 riders here. Am I with the front group? I don't really know if I am. Actually, it says A1 now. I think it's split apart. Oh, it's still a peloton we're in right now. We'll take our energy gel right here. And we'll move forward on the peloton now. On the downhill here. The green jersey is second place overall standings. But we are here in the main bunch. There's 2 riders out in front. Diogo Rosa and Cameron Meyer, I believe, is the second rider out there. Slowly moving to the front. And forward. The winner will be, of course, as I said, Diogo Rosa ahead of Cameron Meyer, but I'm mid in the peloton. And with a lot of XP, only Goss was actually better for my team. Good result overall. I think we hold on to our position. And since Piero Blocchi didn't make it in the front group, I actually think we're the best rider overall standings-wise on the team right now. So we ended up finishing 41st. We'll now probably level up first of all and take a look at our stats, and then we'll still through the next 2 stages before trying our best at a good breakaway again, or maybe a good shot at the overall standings. Right now we are in 30th place, so we moved up a couple of places, of course. Rosa and Maya have moved up a lot since they, of course, went away from the peloton, and of course a lot of riders didn't make it in the front group, but still like 90 riders or so, I think it was, maybe 70 only, made it in the front group, so still a lot of riders who hopefully will get dropped in the next couple of stages. But let's see our level up here. Hopefully we'll get, I thought we'll get leveled up. I think this is the first stage which we've done, so I'm really surprised we didn't get leveled up from that. It's a little bit disappointing in that. So I was hoping for level up before stage 5, because that'll really help us stats wise, just getting those, even though it's not +1, +2 hills, it still matters a lot in the long run, especially stamina as well. So that's a bit annoying, but we'll go through these 2 stages here. Probably Matthew Goss will be up captain here if he's even close enough to be capable of sprinting anymore. Not really, actually, it was still Van Hoff, 75 sprinting. As long as we made it in the front group, we did. Second to last rider made it just across the finish line. And then we'll do stage 6 here, and then we'll take a look at the profile. Now stage 6, stage 4 here on February 6th. And then we'll take a look at profile for stage 5 of the Herald Sun Tour. Actually a pretty hilly stage. We could probably have done this stage. Van Hoff actually in 4th this time. And again we finished last in the peloton. But we're still like up there in the standings, aren't we? What happened? How did we drop down to 78? Did we drop down here today? Oh my god, we didn't make it in the front group on a stage like this. It's so boring from us. Oh well. Let's go in a breakaway here again anyway on stage 5, and hopefully we'll get a better result instead of stage 4, guys. That's really annoying. So that's the profile for stage 5 of the Herald Sun Tour. This is the stage where it'll all be decided. Really steep finish climb I see, and a lot of climbs during the entire stage. This will be a great stage for us to win a breakaway with, because we'll get ahead of so many riders just by being in the breakaway on a stage like this, and we'll easily get in the breakaway as long as we are at the front of the peloton at the start of the race. We should be good. The placement in the peloton is not bad. We're not in the bottom, but we're at like middle of a pretty big peloton here, so it's a lot of riders we have to get past here. Objective from the team captains, or at least team owners, sports directors, was get a good result in the mountain standings, so get some mountain points, so they actually want us to go on a breakaway. We have got 4 points from stage 1, didn't think we'd get any points from that, but apparently we did. So let's see what we can actually do, because mountain points would be really good win for us. 6 points here, 10 points here, so definitely possible for us to overtake the guy with the breakaway stage 1 for Potty or something I think it was called. Let's just get to the camera change here. Can I go to the left here? There's an open gap here. Nice. We get 1 rider with us. Cecchini, Earl, Campenarts, Julie Jensen as well, 2 Danish riders. Hillarize, we're not one of the best riders, which is a bit annoying, but we can't expect much at this point of our career anyway. Just getting a breakaway here will be good for us. Hopefully we can hang on. 6 riders join, 2 riders behind us. Pretty big breakaway here. Don't really like that. I would like a 2 3-man breakaway instead, but we can't really complain too much about it. 8 riders, actually a 9th rider trying to get up as well, Jacopo. And the only one with any points here, so I have a 4-point head start in the one competition, and I think every rider here will probably go for that competition, because that's the only thing they really have left to compete for. So -2 in day shape is not good at all. I was hoping for a good day shape. Just today would have been perfect, because this is actually going to just turn out to be a really important test for us. We can get so much XP if we got a Mountainjersey. Just winning this at this point of the race will be so amazing, because I actually think winning the Mountainjersey in a stage race will be enough. Maybe it will, I'm actually not sure. Maybe it will be enough to allow us access to bigger races, but look at this. We're gonna drop now already. I think we're gonna drop here. Just hanging on right now. It's really close for us at this point. Moving on the outside here, 4 kilometers to go. It's around the 2 kilometer mark. When they start moving up, I'm pretty sure of at least 2.5 kilometers, 1.5 kilometer mark, they they attack, all of them attack at once. The best rider, at least the rider in front, or normally it's actually the rider in front, who ends up winning. But 74 hills compared to my 66. If I got that level up, it would have probably been around 68, 69. And with -1 day shape, this is just not looking that great for us, is it? It's really not looking that great for us. 2.5 kilometers to go now. I mean, we're trying really to hang on. Oman Hadi. We can get some points if we get top 3 at least. 6, 4 and 2 I think it is for the top riders here. And we got nothing, I think. That's so close. I think Großschartner, Earl, Hadi. We overtook Omen at the last second, and I actually thought, oh my god, we're going to get second. And then Großschartner and Earl just came here at the end, and I think we end up with pretty much nothing. So now we're behind here. Let's just take a look at, just to make sure. I don't think we got anything there. Earl, Hadi, Großschartner. That's disappointing, honestly. Oh well, at least we have time to make it up. The pace was really high. You can see how big of a gap we got there because the pace over the first climb was really tough in competing for those mountain points. I would have flagged a little bit of standings here for the mountain sprints. Can we see that anywhere? Not really. I mean, we can't see it here because they only showed the results from before the stage. But we know he has 6 points. I think it was Hadi who has 4 points now. And it was Großschartner now with 2 points. And we have 4 points ourselves. So it's pretty much, if I win the next one, I'll still win. But getting there is actually really hard for us because we're the weakest hill rider in this group. And this stage is really tough for our rider right now. I mean, look at this climb here. It's just, it isn't even marked on the profile, but it is very tough for the riders here. And actually, I'm not even the only rider getting dropped here. Actually, it split the group in 2 halves here. But we make it back up again, and I'm not really surprised. I was happy enough that I got dropped with another 3 riders there because I knew we were going to make it back again. If I drop alone, I'm not going getting back, but this way, I have a pretty good shot at it. So now there's 2 sprints coming up, so we'll simulate through those and get to the bottom of the category 2 climb. Hopefully we'll still be in the breakaway group at that point. Okay, we had 3 kilometers to the top now. 3 riders have gone away. I couldn't do anything about it. This is the most India I've had in like 50 kilometers or so. I've been so close to getting dropped so many times. So all we can do now is just hope for a good result here. We'll go around 85. I think it's probably fine. I don't know how much any riders are left. It's been absolute chaos in this front group here. It's been so hard keeping up with all the things happening here as well. 10% here. We're going 85. We can't even stay with the group we're in. I was hoping we could actually catch up with the group ahead of us, but we're struggling even staying here. So at least we didn't finish last in the sprint. Actually, that was Jules Jensen, I think it was. So that's it for this race for us. We will not make it back up to the front group. And we'll slowly get back here. We'll get some water now as well. And we'll fall back to the peloton here. Sitting here with Jules Jensen, our compatriot, I think it's called. We'll work a bit together here, just holding a good pace here. Staying out front for as long as possible so we don't get dropped by the pretty small peloton actually right now. Not many riders left here either. And we are officially completely deaf. No yellow bar, no red bar, no green bar. It's just, can we make it to the finish line now before the time limit is done? Of course we can, but it'll actually not be that easy, especially because the final climb is really steep. And yeah, it'll be very tough for us. We can't even sit in any groups here, we'll just get dropped immediately in any group right now. At least we got some cover from the wind here. But we'll just drop further and further down standings. We actually have Math Goss protecting us right now. What a nice guy. Even though he's the best place right on the standings out of the 2 of us, he's still sacrificing himself a little bit, pulling me back to the finish line. At the point to say they have McCarthy, Rosa in 3rd. I still think Rosa will probably have enough from that to win the overall standings, but maybe I don't know what the time gaps were, if there was any time gaps at all. We get dropped here again by all of these riders. We actually not last, which I'm pretty surprised by. But we just went out so hard. The first half the race were done like it's a pulse of average 160. And you can't do that for that long. That's close to impossible. But we made it over well before this time. Again, that's what we get for playing a breakaway. All of these riders here behind us were dropped like 100 kilometers ago. We were only dropped with 30 kilometers to go. So not the worst result for us. Let's anyway try and get a final interview about what he thought about his first stage race and his performance in it from our rider. Well, I'm not too satisfied about the performance here in our first stage race. We ended up finishing, I think, outside the top 100, at least in the final stage. I don't know about the overall standings, but it wasn't very well placed. We started out pretty well in the time trial in the first hill race. We should have probably won the Mountainjersey, but we didn't manage to get in the breakaway early on. Stage 3 we just had in the peloton, but stage 4 it just started going downhill really fast. We couldn't even make it in the peloton here. I was too tired after the breakaway on stage 2, and I just didn't have it in my legs to last for the entire stage. Stage 5 I tried again to get in the breakaway. I knew there was a Mountainjersey on the line, and it would really help me a lot if I got that in my first ever stage race. Sadly enough, I was in a breakaway group with some really strong riders, and I almost couldn't even sit on the wheels. Did really well on the first climb, but I was dead with 30-40 kilometers to go, and I just had no chance of even staying in any group. I'm really thankful for my teammates, especially Gus, for helping me over the finish line. So I could have gone a lot worse today without him. And with the final interview today done, we actually see now that we've got an upgrade now, which is pretty bad timing, but still an upgrade as an upgrade. Just to know, you guys, the stats on the right is our old stats, so these stats don't even matter. They're wrong. This is the old stats, and you have to plus the number of here to this stat here. So I actually have 62 flat, 69 mountain, 68 hills, 68 time trial, 57 cobblestones, 59 acceleration, 57 stamina, 60 resistance, and 65 recovery. So a nice little boost here. We should also get a little week of practice now because it's stage 8, but I won't show you that. Still, we can just take a look at stats here now. Average rider, we are up to 67 average right now. Climber, we're actually the best climber in the entire team. Hills, we are 5th best rider now, moved up quite a lot with this little boost here. Prologues, 3rd best. Time trial, 3rd best. Acceleration, we're still probably at the bottom, 59 acceleration, not the best. Recovery should be pretty high up there as well. That's one of the best stats for a stage race rider. But that's pretty much all there's to say about this race. Next up, we'll do this stage, Settimana Internazionale Coppi e Bartali, I think it's called, if you know the full name. But yeah, that's it for now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this stage. I really enjoyed doing these episodes. It's so much fun trying to think of things I can say in an interview. I kind of like impersonate different riders and their standard saying in the interviews. They're always like, oh, I did well, thanks for my teammates. I just find it fun to do, so I hope you guys enjoyed as well. And if you did, consider leaving a like, and if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing and at least comment on the video what you thought about it. See you guys next time. Goodbye.